from the Bakersfield Californian, this is the Renegade Report.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Renegade Report. Oh, okay, a little long intro. Welcome to this edition of the Renegade Report with the last of the Bowser Boys, first of the Grider Gang, and the former general in Chudy's army is Kenny Calvin. And in today's episode, we'll have some academic outreach, we'll have some community outreach, and we'll have some world outreach. But first of all, we're starting with Mr. Darrell Ballard. How you doing, sir?
Man, how you doing, Ken?
Doing fantastic, sir. So let's let the world know, and the world is listening. Bakersfield.com, Current News Talk 1180. Let's let the world know what your title is at Bakersfield College.
My title at Bakersfield College is I am the program manager in kinesiology and athletics, which it's equivalent to being like a player personnel in the NFL and then at the Division I level.
Absolutely.
So in that regards to seeing the success of our athletes.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a great experience to sit and rub shoulders with you. I'll come into the office every blue moon, trying to pick up stats and information during the play-by-play of the football season. But more than anything, I see you one of the busiest people in the athletic department. So how has the experience been joining Bakersfield College?
Well, first off, man, I try to keep up with you, which is hard to do. So, I got to go to Foot Locker all the time and give me some new shoes. So I can keep up with track with you, man. You move too fast. But dude, it's been great, man. It's been great. It's BC is a small community with just a family feel, man, and it just kind of embraced me in, and I want to help the kids, but also I want to just build on the community, man.
Absolutely. Well, firsthand, I've seen you do that through multiple sports. Not even talking about the football attachment, but when I work baseball games as a PA announcer, you're there supporting, from a organizational standpoint, providing support for the community in that aspect. Supporting the athletes who you've assisted, that walk through those halls and helping them develop into great young men. And that was one of the most exciting things that I saw having that experience of working at the baseball realm, was seeing some of the student athletes who you put in position to continue to work with the work-study positions and just supervising them and showing them how to be well-rounded individuals.
Absolutely. Just some of the roles that I do within there is, like you said, work-study. I help student athletes find jobs on campus and off campus. Just recently, I got an award with doing something with Meathead Movers, which is a moving company that just came into town. Wow. I had 90-something athletes apply for jobs there.
Beautiful.
So they're gonna be and it's just all across the spectrum, man. So it's been great. Student support, academic support. So I track and do reports on all of our student athletes going and getting supplemental instruction, tutoring, going to the math hub, writing centers, and we've averaged 212 student athletes utilizing out of the 437 we have.
Wow.
So 212 have been utilizing it, so hopefully at the end of the semester I'll be able to get, some numbers on how that helped us in our math and Englishes. I brought in student health down to, how it is being an athlete. We go through a lot of challenges people don't realize.
Absolutely.
We go through. I've had some young men that have lost parents. I've had a young lady lose a brother, and what I try to do is bring our campus down to the student athletes.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of programs and things that we utilize that other students see that we don't get to see because we're down in the athletic department. So I try to bring as much as I can in and out of campus to the students.
I agree, because exactly wholeheartedly what you just said, because as a former coach, there was so much going on that I was absolutely dumbfounded about that was happening on campus, just because we didn't have enough staff to actually continue the flow of information down to that level. So for years, I was a coach for 4 years between 03 and 07. Mm-hmm. Now, as a sports media professional coming and sitting in the office with you guys, like I said, I have an opportunity of having an inside view on what happens outside of the field and outside of the athletic realm. And it's actually exciting to the point to where I'm like, man, why didn't this stuff happen when I was a student? I may have graduated on time. You know what I mean? Like, but just having that support is monumental, man, and having the right people in those positions is a beautiful experience too.
Absolutely.
You know, just being able to be a fly on the wall and see how you operate, and even helping me in a sense of attaching athletes who are coming from out of the area.
Yeah.
You know, because over the summer, me and you were on the phone getting players dialed in with
absolutely.
academic standards and getting set up with testing and everything. And I appreciate all that wholeheartedly, Coach.
I mean, and again, it's a family affair, man. I mean, you know, when we see each other, it's just like, what's up, hugs and dab.
Absolutely.
I try to do that with the student athletes on. You know, I love when the kids come and give me a hug, and Coach, I appreciate you hooking me up or looking out for me. And you know, I had a young man the other day who came to me who's just getting ready to have a little baby, and found out that
Wow.
it was by one of my relatives, and they're getting ready to.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, just
You see this tear?
Yeah, I'm
see
just
the
sitting
tear in
like,
my eye?
I'm like, dude, we're family now. This young man's coming from L.A.
Wow.
So it just, and it's so funny because people see, well, Darrell, where you at? You're moving and shaking. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm in this building, I'm in that building. I just want to, help, the kids, be successful and find their mark around here.
Well, Darrell, I gotta tell you something. You segued into something, and I'm gonna hit it. And it's gonna be a home run. Last year, I lost my brother. And it was the first time that I had to actually be responsible for arrangements and burial, and because of the nature of the incident, and dealing with law enforcement and different things like that. I'm from this city. I have a whole bunch of people who say they care. Not many people cared like you did. You actually, and that's why I started tearing up when you talked about that, because it immediately took me back to the moment when I lost my brother, and I had to figure out how I was going to power through the season because it happened to bye week.
Yeah.
I had to figure out how I was going to continue to stay strong as a leader for my family. And there's times where I was at my lowest moments, and your one handshake or running all the way down from the base of the stadium to run all the way up to shake my hand and give me a hug and tell me it's going to be all right were the small moments that helped me get through one of the roughest points of my life, man. And whether you know it or not, from that moment, you had a special place in my heart. You
get me tearing up, man.
Well,
Brother's getting emotional out here.
I just want to be honest. The last show of the year, life is short. You definitely don't have extended opportunities to continue to tell people what they mean to you. We haven't had this kind of time. I definitely want you to understand what that meant to me and where that put you in my heart, let alone from the Renegade coaching experience and the football experience. That's off the table. It's deeper than that. The brotherhood that you showed me throughout that moment, it wasn't just one time. It was just continuous. It was the strength that put me in the position to be able to continue on at my lowest moment. So I appreciate you for that, man.
Man, I appreciate you being honest and letting me know, because, again, we're about the community. We're about helping our brother out, our fellow man out.
Absolutely.
And, that's just co-signing, some of the things that I do, regardless
Absolutely.
if some people see these things or not, And it's not about, we know I have some football ties, but it's about everybody. It's about the whole, the volleyball. My wife and I, we've adopted a volleyball girl who lives in our house, who plays at Alabama, but we've taken her in.
Wow.
It's just who we are, and that's how I would hope that this branches out.
I'm not surprised. And I'm not surprised. And now one of the things I wanted to do before we got into this heartfelt experience was talk about where you're from. You said you're from Long Beach, right?
Yeah, from Long Beach, Pomona. I mean, I've been all over the place, but from the Inland Empire.
But that's one of the beautiful things about the experience of the degrees of separation. I told you that as a kid, I was basically raised in the summer on 19th and Alameda. You were 2 blocks down.
Yeah.
I'm a graduate of 1994. You're a graduate of 1993.
Yeah.
I would bet money if I could go back 30 years to when I was 12 and my grandfather passed away, I would bet that we were both at King Park playing. I would guarantee that we were at King Park playing, and interacting with each other. And
You know what I used to do at King Park? We used to take our socks and put them on the sides of our pants and play flag football.
I played with y'all once. I remember I brought that back to Bakersfield after playing flag football in the park with my socks.
Yeah.
So that just those examples stick to me. So I'm just being honest with you, Coach Darrell. But the experience has been great. You know, you do so much. You know, it's definitely not enough time for us to talk about all
absolutely.
you do. But more than anything I can do to help you, as long as I don't care where you are, I'll find you and provide that support. I don't care if you move to Nebraska and you need help moving the couch. Hey, babe, I'm flying to Nebraska to help Darrell move his couch. That's how much love I got for you,
Appreciate it, man.
You know, and anything I can do around here, you know, to help you, you know, one of the things that I've modeled myself after is the people that I see in the community that inspire me. And you have a lot of similarities to me. I've seen you brought your family in. You're raising your brother. You have your brother on campus working.
Yes, I do.
I have custody of my brothers and sisters. Yeah. You know, so many coincidences that I don't believe in are coincidences. I don't believe in coincidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Coach, I just want to thank you for your time. You know, but more than anything, I want you to be mindful that the impression that you've left on this campus and in this community, even though you're not from here, has lasted eons in my heart, man. You know, I mean, you know, we got so many people in common that we know that are important to us. My frat brother, Joey Porter, I just talked to him last week, congratulating him and his son going to Penn State.
Penn State, yep.
You know, and just thinking about how many ties that we have and how strong the world could be if we continue to use each other. You know?
Absolutely.
So before you go, Coach, I got house heart up today because I got Mr. Darrell Ballard, one of the most heartwarming, active people in the community. But we're coming right back with Scarlett Saban right after this message and the Renegade Report.